Q&A. Gonna be going over questions that I got for Tokon. We got 2 statements here, cool, but too slow gameplay. Most people who say the game is slow just haven't played it. The game's actually pretty quick. Like, if you make the game unreactable, it makes it harder for new people to play. That's why, like, it doesn't make sense to ask for the game to be like 10 times faster than what it already is. It's like you wouldn't even be able to keep up with it, so that doesn't make any sense. Can we do supers with the light and medium buttons? No, it should be with quarter circle forward and medium heavy. Those are for supers. This is interesting. Simple controls just lead to casualization. The player won't go back to relearn or grow. They'll stay in the safer option, and that weakens the game designed to constantly accommodate anyone can play fighting game. Whether they want to isn't going to change by simplifying it. Just coddle them to never grow. This isn't it. I don't agree with this. There are plenty of people who play Grand Blue who don't use the inputs. So it's like, what difference does it make? DNF Duel has them too. I'll tell you for sure, when I played that game, sure, you argue, yeah, it makes it easier, but like, there's still timing, there's still strategy behind all that stuff. Execution will always be like a barrier of entry for no matter what game you play. Marvel Rivals, Apex Legends, League of Legends, doesn't matter the game, Street Fighter. Like, people just have this somewhat masochistic thing when it comes to like inputs. It's like, oh, it has to have motion inputs. Yeah, they should have them, don't get me wrong. I think it should have both, to be completely honest with you. I'm totally okay with both. I'm not against not having motion inputs. I grew up on that stuff, right? But like, a lot of the times what I've learned as a content creator is that a lot of people actually know how to play fighting games, they just can't execute. Some people just suck ass at anti-airs, but you give them an easier way to anti-air than they can anti-air. I get it, adding a barrier to it shouldn't be a bad thing or be seen as a bad thing, but like, a lower, like in Street Fighter 6 with the lower damage for your anti-airs, I mean, and then you're not even using the light one, you're using the medium one. So like, you still have to learn how to use your anti-air properly. So it's like, I don't see the issue. You can have both and do just fine. So I don't agree with this. Are the DP assists invincible like in MVC2, like Commando or Psylocke? They are. That's why I like in MVC2 to play defense and already rest on oriented game. Yeah, so that's something I think people are definitely interested in. Are the DP assists good? And they are. They're 100% good. There's nothing wrong with them, in my opinion so far. Granted, this isn't full release, so this could change how I feel about it. Rather, what I'm telling you could possibly change, not just how I feel about it. It could just change in general. But I think it's okay. So far, so good. You can definitely play the defensive style of, versus games that you want to play with the DP assist. On top of just, I think what people forget also is like, this is an Arc System Works game. That means general movement is good. So general movement on top of your assist will let you thrive in this game. If you play it like I think that's one of the things I'm very much so concerned about. People playing this game like it's MVC2 or Marvel 3, where they're like, okay, I don't have an air dash. Like, Captain America has a damn air dash, He's always had just double jumps in previous games. Like, he's a standard movement is always king in ARCSYS, period. Like, no matter how good it is. As long as you can double jump and air dash, you're fine. So, it's my hope that people don't play the game like you're a stick in the mud. Because that's a big no-no in ARCSYS games. Let's see here. If you want to swap assist positions, you need to active switch 3 times. No, you would just need to call that assist and active switch to that one. You don't need to do that. So I'm gonna just highlight the ones that we're going over. Kenshin391, do you feel as though the damage is too high for one life bar? Does it seem balanced? Totally balanced. As you gain more characters, your life bar gets bigger, if you will. Like, you gain more, your HP pool gets bigger. So even when, like, in my most recent footage, I made it a point to not get my extra assists, but just play with Doom and Star-Lord to see how it felt to play without the extra assist. And to be honest with you, yeah, after a little while it does feel as if like you are playing more like a low HP character. I wouldn't say the damage is too high. You can definitely see the difference. It's like the difference is definitely noticeable with how much damage you're dealing to them and how much damage they're dealing to you when you don't have, your assist. You definitely want to get your assist. Thanks for separating the commentary from the raw gameplay, for sure. No problem. That combo gives you hope. So sick. Love big combos in fighting games. That's something I know people are gonna ask me about in terms of combos. The combos, some people think the combos are too short. The thing is, you can't, it's not like older versus titles where like you get to assist like 3 times. Well, you only get 2, right? But you can't use one assist and use another assist, like that, and then like keep the combo going. It's like you can, but the combo counter or like hits done decay starts to go up when you use your assist. So at that point, what you should probably use your assist for is for like, use it for the combos, and then even if it's a shorter combo, right? You get your damage, but then you can set them up for Oki. Like, people aren't looking at it from that standpoint. They just want to just, all right, I got 4 assists. Why can't I use all 4 assists in the combo? Because you'll probably kill them in one fucking shot. So we don't want to just like kill characters in one shot, right? This isn't Marvel 3 where you got an X Factor or anything like that. Like, ARCSYS games are more about a battle, right? Granted, Strive is probably like the only ARCSYS game in existence for the most part, or like you literally get one touch and it's like completely like game over in terms of like damage output. Otherwise, if you're playing Hokuto no Ken, Sengoku Basara Cross, you get hit by an infinite. Now, obviously, no one wants to get hit by infinites. Let's just be serious. It is what it is. That happens in those games. But if you're playing like Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue, they don't really have infinites like that. They have, some of those games have had silly stuff like that, but they get patched out really fast. The point of the matter is, yeah, big combos will still exist with your character. It's just, what are they? A lot of people are looking for like me and Justin to have like the sickest combos in the first like 10 minutes of playing the game, and it's like, these are unrealistic ass expectations. We only had so much time to play, and trust me, I'm still grateful for that. But we can only do so much with so much time that we have, on top of them talking to us, letting us know more things about the game. So we're trying to take in all this information while still trying to like play against each other, test things out. So it's like, we can only do so much. So does it play like Marvel versus Capcom? No. It plays like, in my opinion, Guilty Gear Xrd plus assist. Do your characters take different amounts of damage? No. One shared health bar. Bryce. First positive review I've heard and best gameplay I've seen. Star-Lord stole Dante's Rainstorm? He might have. Mike RT2VP. What we got here? My concern with the stage transition is not the damage, the pacing. If the combos are more on the basic side and the stage transitions potentially 3 in 1 round, that's gonna feel very slow, especially for a versus game. There's a combo gauge to artificially limit how long your combos can be and stage transitions. We haven't seen how crazy the combos get, but they're gonna have to be nuts to balance out all the speed bumps built into the game. I mean, in Marvel 3, when you get touched by Zero, you get to watch an entire cutscene. And then when your character comes in, you have to hope to God that you blocked properly on the way in. Otherwise, you're gonna watch another cutscene. And the same for the third character. So the way this game works is, when you get hit with the stage transition, first off, the stages are large. Stages are not small. There's a lot of room to work within the stage. Let's knock that out first and foremost. Second, in regard to stage transitions don't do any damage. They just give you your assists and kind of just reset neutral. I get it. On one front, it's like, well, this slows the game down. You're not, like, when you're playing the game, it doesn't feel that way. I think when you're just watching it, it's like, well, bro, why would you want to do that? A lot of things in this game is designed to help new players understand, and good players who are already good at fighting games will be able to use this time to also understand as well. What that entails is, when a stage transition happens, right? It's not about, oh, the game slows down. It's more like, damn, okay, I'm back to neutral. It's like, let me look at the game. Let me look at the entire game screen. His life bar, my life bar, which assist he's getting, where I'm at, my meter. Just, you get to look at the HUD and be like, what's happening? Right? I'm getting jacked up. What the fuck is happening? And then you look and you see, and it's like, oh, okay, understood. Information was taken in. We're back at neutral. All right, let's run it again. Like, you should look at it from that standpoint versus, bro, you got knocked down. Why can't I Oki you? Oki them when you don't do that. You have moves that knock them through the wall when you do air combos, and you got moves that spike them down. Like, when you hit your second heavy or your second medium in the air combo, you'll knock them down. So you don't have to worry about, bro, I don't want it, bro, you're not supposed to go against the wall. That's all the complaints that were there for Strive. It's not there in this game. You get a knockdown, you get a knockdown. From that point, it's tech chase. You want to tech roll outside the corner? Time to get mixed up. You want to air tech? Time to get mixed up. The amount of stuff that's in this game is so Guilty Gear Xrd, it's not even funny. So for me, like, I feel right at home. Like, I get everything that you're supposed to do in this game. I just don't understand the combo system at 100%. But like air tech traps, grounded tech traps, tech chase, like Blaze Blue, all that stuff is there. All this is stuff that I've already played, and I understand like what needs to be done. It's just constructing my team and kicking that ass. Because as far as I'm concerned, Doom and Star-Lord, I'm locking them two in. I just need 2 more characters. I really think people are so accustomed to like the versus games and the speed of the versus games, and don't understand a big major part and key of those games is like Sometimes those games are so fast you can't even see what the fuck happens. When people say, oh, the game's too slow, and then complain about Justin beating their ass, you will never in your lifetime block Magneto at a consistent rate in Marvel 2. It's absolutely impossible. In fact, you probably can't block him in Marvel 3, and he's even slower in that fucking game. So to me, it's like, I really grow tired of seeing and hearing these comments about the game being slow, because the reality is a lot of people like versus games but do not want to participate in the act of playing versus games. The vast majority of people can't keep up with this stuff, and that's why they don't play versus games. A lot of people just like the spectacle of versus games but don't play them. They'll rather play like Street Fighter than play a versus game, because they definitely want to play their Venom, Spider-Man, War Machine team with the worst assist possible. So yeah, nah, that's just bad. The game's pace is fine. There's nothing wrong with the pace. I think we gotta just stop that one. But I feel you. RB, thanks so much for the uncut footage. One thing I was curious about, since this game has a lot of Grand Blue's DNA in it, did you find that it was easier to extend combos using EX skills? Yes. Considering the combo limit, yes again. Getting links from EXs is typically how you get big damage in Grand Blue. Another Grand Blue thing I noticed, does this mean the game will have unique pre-match dialogues? Probably. They have some. I think the EX moves in a lot of ways are stronger than the supers. It's typical ARCSYS DNA. People just don't see it. They're like, yo, I did my super in DHC. DHCs are not as good as regular just EX moves in the combos. Me and Justin looked at that straight up and we're like, yeah, supers are good, but like, I think supers are good if you're able to get your assist before your opponent. This way, when you get 150, because you can only DHC 3 times, right? No, 2 times. 2 times, yeah. You don't get to DHC to the last character. So you get your 2 DHCs, and if you can get the wall break, if you can get the stage transition, great. You know, just so that you can kind of reset them back to neutral if you want, or if you don't, then you can just knock them down and it's still good. Or let's say you want to get a certain character in, or you want to change your assist order, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? I think DHC to me is more of the better. I think that's a better way of going about, or at least not a better. It's a one way to go about getting the character you want in the unique slot, or the second slot, or whatever assist you want to be in a specific spot. I said it earlier, right? The combo schema is fine. It's just I don't understand it in full, but it feels good because it's not like. Which I'll talk about that real quick too, since people are like, "Is it like Dragon Ball Fighters?" Yes, it is, totally. But you can go light, medium, medium, light, heavy, heavy, light, medium, medium, heavy. You can do that and it's fine, or you can just go light, medium, heavy and it's fine. It feels good to be able to do that, because you know in Strive we can't do that, right? You can only go slash, slash, or slash, heavy, slash. So the fact that the game has Gatlings again feels nice. The only downside is you can't jump cancel normals on block, which is fine by me, because if you play a character like Star-Lord, probably Spider-Man, they might have an external movement option that lets them artificially jump cancel or dash cancel, something like that, or Kamala, which is cool. I'm totally okay with that. Like, I think that's okay to keep that part of the game grounded to help people understand what's going on. That's totally okay. Like, I think even when the game's current speed, which feels like Guilty Gear Xrd, if you keep it in that speed and still have air dashes off jump cancel, oh man, people are gonna cry.
Bro, why can you jump cancel that normal? It's so cheap.
So I think it's fine as is. I did reply to this, what's here. My biggest pet peeve about the game so far, because we're seeing, is the super limited combo potential the game has. We just talked about combo potential. I think, let me feel so. The combo meter fills up so fast from where you won't really do anything before the opponent falls out the combo. Multiple times in the video, combos drop due to the combo meter being reached. Yeah, I mean, people, I swear, I feel like this is one that's gonna come up a lot, but all these games have combo limiters, man. If they didn't have a combo limiter, like, you just get infinite all day.
Bro, this game sucks.
And then what's the next part? Well, the Marvel games are supposed to be broken. No, they're not. That, like, people don't know that, like, rather, let me rephrase, not they don't know. They know. So let me scale that back. People know, but their ignorance towards the time in which these games were made back then in comparison to the way the games are made now, it's like almost abysmal. It's like, well, Marvel games were supposed to be broken. No, they're not. They weren't made with intention to be broken. They were made with intention to celebrate the collaboration of these games and these IPs. Not, well, we made the game broken on purpose. Like, Marvel 2 is a happy accident, you know what I'm saying? If I turn on freaking X-Men vs Street Fighter right now, Akuma has a dumbass infinite, Ryu has a dumbass infinite, everyone has a freaking infinite in that damn game. Like, the games are not designed like, you know what, we're gonna give Akuma an infinite combo. That's not how they designed the game. It just so happened that they opened up the door of freedom by letting certain things be cancelable that they weren't aware would be too good. I don't know, I think people are like infatuated with seeing these things, but once again, don't want these things done to them. It's cool when someone else is dying this way when you're watching it. But when you're playing it, it's like, well, I want to play Ryu and Ken. X-Men Street Fighter, Magneto and freaking Storm, they run that fucking game. Add Cyclops into the mix, you get touched, you die. Wolverine, you get touched, you die. Ryu has cool like OTG mix, but if you tech that throw, then he dies. Magneto throws a Shoto, hypergraph, stand roundhouse, hypergraph, stand roundhouse, hypergraph, stand roundhouse, hypergraph, stand roundhouse, hypergraph, and you just die. The combo potential of those games back then were just jokes. Even like they tried to take that shit out of Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. There's still infinite in that dumbass game. They tried mad hard to take them shits out. They're still there. Everyone has to remember all these games have combo limiters. The only difference is you could see it in this game. You know? The difference between other games, you can't see the limiter. You're like, oh man, your character flips out. And they're like, oh, it sucks. And you realize why. It's like, you gotta get over it. Don't let the games of the past shape the games of the future in its entirety. Can you decide to ignore the wall break and just go for Oki and get a hard knockdown or something? Yes, you can, but the hard knockdown still leads to tech roll. Like I said before, like you can knock them, you can spike them down with your air hit, and then they still can tech roll. So you can set up Oki from there, which you should still want to set up your assist. That's why I think you should probably do things like set up combos and go for hits and decay things on purpose with your assist, and then set them up with like either air Oki or like grounded Oki, one or the other. Because air Oki takes me back to like Persona, like Yosuke. Yosuke has air Oki. And everyone tends to have air Oki, but it's like, it's not an intentional design choice for them, right? It's just how your combos end. Chip was like that too in some cases, but like Yosuke in particular in Persona had air Oki until Ultimax. Then they gave him both air and ground Oki. Few questions. I'm seeing the ground tech roll goes forward and back. Is the tech roll punishable? Not necessarily. Any way to knock down, any way to lock down, or does it seem like a pure guess when you have your opponent in Oki mid-screen? You could tech roll left or right, it's the same. Any combo throws? Nothing so far that I've seen. You might be able to do, I didn't get a chance to test it, but like I know like throws are like BB tags, so I'm assuming it's the same. Or like, for those that don't know about BB tag throws, like when you press throw in that game, your character automatically runs towards your opponent. So you can like hit throw and then like call your assist and like active switch. I did remember testing that with Justin, I want to say, but like I haven't tried to combo off of it. But I'm assuming there could be something like that because the game does pull from BB tag, and that is a thing in BB tag. So 2-8 seems like it anti-airs consistently. Yes, Dragon Ball Fighters, 100%. Jump. Is there crossover protection? Nope, and that's why Doom is godlike. Or if there is crossover protection, it don't seem like it's much. Let's see here. Your footage of the game looks so good out of all the ones I've seen. I think the colors on your footage is brighter than any video out there and make the game look 400% better than makes other videos look very dull. I want the game to look like this when it comes out. Sony ARCSYS, hear me out. Yes, the game is that pretty. Ken Strike, yes, the game is that pretty. Longest hallway impressions, bro. I was so excited. Like after I came back to the hotel from playing the game, I was just like, I want to play more, bro. This game's so sick. Let's see here. New combos come up again. My biggest concern is the auto combos where they may do too much damage. Listen, the auto combos don't do nearly as much damage as like the ones in what's it called in Hunter x Hunter combos. Auto combos are like full BMBs that destroy your life bar. This game, it hurts as it should because you know they obviously want the player to feel like they're doing something, but like you do still want to learn actual combos. I think this comes up so much in fighting games when we talk about auto combos. It's always, man, I auto combos, and auto combos. It's like, dude, the only game I've ever played where I think auto combos are actually egregious is probably Hunter x Hunter. And I haven't even played Hunter x Hunter. Like, I think I played like the little demo that you can download, and I was like, yo, what is this? Now, mind you, I think Hunter x Hunter is actually okay as a team game, but I'm mostly looking forward to like just playing Hisoka because that was the most fun character I tried because all the movement was crazy. So I was like, this game is probably cool offline, but that online looking kind of oof. And I ain't here to dumpster on that game because it is what it is, but you know, my point is that's the only game I've ever played that had the auto combos that are like that egregious in terms of damage output. Because if you think about it, right, if your opponent is doing auto combos and you're doing actual combos and, you know, entail an assist, special moves, maybe a wall bounce, maybe a wall splat, maybe a ground bounce, maybe an OTG hit, while your opponent's hitting AAAAA doing like 20% and you hit them for the full B&B with 2 assists for like 40. Like, it's not it's not comparable. Just want to feel like a kid again. Trust me, man. I can't front, man. Like, on the notion of this, right? I don't think I've cheesed from ear to ear playing a new fighting game as quickly as this one. Like, Tokon, the minute I sat down and me and Justin played and we were just figuring stuff out, I was like, yo, this is nuts. And not even just that, right? Presentation. I'm big on presentation. I don't talk about it very much, right? But like, I love presentation when it comes to gaming in general, right? The HUD is fire. I've said this, people don't know this, right? But I used to be in the comic industry just a little bit, right? And like, I love that they use the blue line like art boards for all of this, because what people don't know is art boards is where all the magic happens in terms of comic books, right? So like, when I see that, I'm just like, oh man, it just takes me back, dude. Like, I still have art boards in a closet over here, you know what I'm saying? I could go pull them shits out, and like, it's really dope to see that. So I love how they really, like, I don't know, Tokon's very well aware of comic books, and I think that's the one thing that like Marvel never did. Like, the Capcom versions, most things that they did were good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're bad. They're definitely great. Especially Marvel 3 taking a big page, no pun intended, from the comic book side of things by using, like, you know, the page turning and stuff like that, using the panels and stuff like that. That's cool. But I think that's the only one from the Capcom side where it really felt more like a comic. I think maybe, for me personally, that's why I think Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter is my favorite of the versus games. Mostly because I love the presentation. Like, I love the announcer. I love the big, bold outlines around the characters, because that's how comics were back in the 90s. Really dark shadows, really dark outlines around characters. Really neat. Makes them pop out from the game, aside from what you see. And it just really looks like you're just really playing a comic book. So I think that's, presentation of this game, they cooked with this game. Sane Asylum. Hey Shin, gonna let this video play and I might miss some of your commentary, but I'm wondering if this game is anything like Guilty Gear Xrd or older versions of Guilty Gear. Yes! I wasn't a fan of Strive, but I briefly checked out Xrd and liked the mechanics and when the game was already dead, and hoping this game brings that system back. It's very close to Guilty Gear Xrd. Keep in mind that Pachi was also lead design. I believe he was also battle designer for Xrd as well. So I think he was battle director for Xrd. He picked up BlazBlue at some point. I think he started with BlazBlue and then Xrd, and then I think he was also on Granblue. He's got a pretty damn good resume for, you know, his battle design. How snappy did the inputs feel? Ventu, very good. But I think also because I'm not playing on the PC version, because I'm sure they'll probably have a PC version, it feels fine now. I think when this game comes out, I'm not gonna touch. If they have a PC port, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Well, if I'll get it, but I think for practice it'll be primarily console, because I learned a valuable lesson this past Evo, and I think I need to just play on console very heavily. Like, but the controls definitely feel snappy. It doesn't feel laggy or anything like that. It does feel clean. Japanese voiceovers. I think people, you know, the funny thing about voiceovers, I've seen this comment come up a lot. I think what's kind of sort of unfair when you say these kinds of comments is like, it's just me speaking, right? Like, I think it's kind of unfair, right? Because there are Marvel fans across the world, and like, a lot of the movies are dubbed in other languages, and you gotta remember, it's a game made by a Japanese company. Of course they're gonna have Japanese dub. I'm sure they'll have USA voiceovers as well, but I mean, there's no telling how much the NA voice actors cost. There's no telling. Maybe there's something behind it. Maybe they got Chris Evans to do Captain America. There's fans all over the world. Kurikari? Yes, there are happy birthdays in the game. It does happen. The damage you take isn't that crazy though. I asked the devs about that. They did say it does exist, and it is, I don't want to say exactly what the percentage is, but I'm not gonna say what they said because I don't remember. But I'm gonna spitball and just say it's maybe like 3 to 5-ish%, give or take, extra damage. It's not like something, it's not that crazy. So I take it Tokon was the best new fighter out of the 3. On the show floor? Oh, absolutely. Let me end this here, right? And just say I appreciate everyone asking me questions, either here in, you know, stream chat or here on YouTube. It definitely means a lot. I love to give you guys as much as I can, share as much as I can. Just know, just like I said, just keep it locked in here, man. I'm doing my best for this game, and I'm gonna be busting my ass for this game. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll catch y'all on the next one. You know what time it is. Take care. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know. Peace.